Welcome back to another Creeper World 3 playthrough by Tony P2000. This time we decided to go deep into the source by Virtual Wall, also known as, the creator of this game. So we're going to give this one a shot. Apparently he was the only one who requested this one, so why not, eh? So before we decide to launch the command nodes, let's just take a look at what we're dealing with here. So seems like this one's going to be pretty easy. All we seem to be, the only big threat here is the digitalis. Let's give this guy some good space here. Alright, let's get the show on the road. So I'm going to try to keep this one nice and elevated so I'm not moving around as much. And of course, like always, I do a lot of pausing just to make sure the precision is right. That every move is calculated, because that's just how I roll. One funny thing about the digitalis is actually originally, before it became like this one really sort of squiggly looking, they use these squiggly looking sprites. It was actually like these boxes, these squares that spread around the map, and they looked really. Obviously, it was just beta. It was original sprites, but they looked. You can tell that they were just very old school, not going to be in the final release of the game type of thing. See, now what I really need to figure out is how I'm going to tackle this one. Now this one can be beat pretty quickly, with scores going up into the 5-minute range. I just gotta figure out, let's see here. Need a range for these guys. Oh, you're sneaky. You're very sneaky, Virgil. Let's, of course, move these guys down there. Also, we're going to need some guys here to cut that stuff off if it spreads that far. Not that I'm really worried about it. This part over here looks pretty safe, so we're just going to keep that all nice and protected. In the meantime, let's go build some guppies. Now this looks obviously like a very guppy-intensive map. And I feel like that's what it was originally testing, as well as, of course, the digitalis, but, gotta love the guppies. Alright, let's see if we can move these guys up before this stuff starts creeping in. So if I can stop it, that would be a big bonus on my behalf here. Can't seem to quite get that guy to reach. But it seems like I stopped it. In the meantime, I gotta keep building up these things here. Hopefully I gotta be careful with that. I do not want any surprises. Obviously, keep my units away from the path of the digitalis. Deficited on one side of the map here. That is not good at all. In the meantime, let's build one of those guys just while he finishes up. These guys are almost done. If I had a touch more range on those relays, I would be able to reach over and pretty much start already laying the hammer on this guy. We can't have everything, can we? Let's get some guppies on that side as well. Never gotta have those guppies. They're always good times. Keep building up here. Also, if we can get this guy set up. Gotta love the birth of weapons. Now, how close do we need to get here? We actually need to get at least onto the bottom shelf, which, if we can cut off the digitalis, that shouldn't be a problem. Oops, I put myself into a deficit on this side. That's not good. My question is... Nope. There we go. Now we seem to be back with the power here. Now the one thing I need to figure out is I need to dump maybe one guy there, as well as a blaster to push myself a little bit of a path, dump some units there, and then that should be enough to give ourselves a bit of a push for that emitter. So let's give this one a shot, see what we can do. Also, another really weird thing about the digitalis, the original sprites, like I said, originally they were squares. They eventually evolved into these like squiggly looking things here. I don't know if they still have it in the game, but sometimes you can actually look. Oops. You can actually look at, you would see them. They would be squiggling a bit, actually. The sprites would actually move. In fact, it's very subtle, and you can still see it, actually, yeah. First time I saw that, I was really like, what the hell? I was not expecting that. I thought that was kind of cool. Nothing spectacular, but still kind of a neat little... show you that the digitalis is kind of like alive. So it's pretty creepy. Let's hit that stuff on that side. If we can cut that off, that would be good. Obviously, keep building. This side seems to be doing good for energy, so let's get ourselves some strafers. We can use that to cut off the digitalis, and that's what strafers are great for. They're always great at just cutting away chunks of D that are trying to get at you. Move these guys in, of course. So now it's starting to get a little thick, so what we're going to do is just get one of those guys there anyways. Fortunately, I put myself into a bit of deficit on this side, so what I'm going to do is deactivate him while those guys load up. Use a touch more energy on both sides. Can never have enough reactors. Reactors are very, very useful. I found it really interesting how they're given to you very early in this game, instead of actually having to wait a few maps to get them. These guys are almost filled. Once those are filled up, I'll turn my Bertha back on. So let's give this a shot here. What we're going to do is we're going to move these three guys like this. You here, and then send in the guppies. You can only send in one at a time, so we're going to see how much we can fit in. Because I don't want to lose that spot there. That's a nice little stretch of land. We can always use that. Now, let's see if we can cut this stuff off. Put it on at a bit of an angle. Just to give itself some bit of a lead. Now, it seems like this is going to be a little thick. So let's move that over. It seems like we got ourselves a bit of a landing zone there, but just not quite yet. So what I'm going to do is move in the rest, a couple more guys. Hopefully they'll give myself a bit more of a landing so I can get another guppy in there. Otherwise those guys are going to get starved. And we do not want that. Not at all. I'm still waiting on that Bertha shot there. That will help clear a big chunk of land, which will be very useful to me. See. That stuff got cut off, and now it's all flowing around to the other islands. There we go. Very welcomed. Always love the first shot of the Bertha. It's always the most welcomed one. Now, let's get this guy in here as soon as possible. Also, I'm going to want to boost my rate at which those guys are jumping back and forth there. I do not want them getting cut off. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. So we're gonna need an extra one here. Let's give myself a touch more energy. So they were able to be saved, which still lost one guy, which is not fun. I know these guys are automated, but still, nobody likes losing weapons here. So now what we need to do is find a way to destroy the stuff at the top here. Excellent timing. Now let's see here. As soon as your builds, I want you coming down. These guys here are going to attempt to make a landing for me here. So obviously I have to make sure that they have some space. They're connected to the network, otherwise they're pretty useless. So let's see what happens here. We'll also move you up a bit closer. Fortunately, these guys seem to be having trouble getting rid of the digitalis there. Let's see if this will save them. Ah, very good. Now, because that's all cut off, I'm going to use these guys here to find a way to just slice it right off. Completely disconnect it from... Ooh. That is not good at all. So what seemed to happen is the second it all got... Wow, I was not expecting that. So the second all that digitalis withered away, it completely flooded everything out here. And I don't have a lot of units in the right places right now. So let's see, I'm going to move this guy in the way here. These two guys, I'm going to keep him there, but I'm going to move you in. Holy heck. So, get the fire rate going. Let's see if I'm able to get one of these up and at him. Nope, not yet. We were getting there, though. I'm going to keep trying. Ooh, that floods quite a bit out. Not quite yet. Not quite. Oops, those guys are running out there. Which means I really do need to invest in a couple more guppies, because if those guys run out, then it's going to be bad news for everybody here. So hopefully I don't obviously overbuild, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just give myself that energy boost just in case. Yep, I'm pretty stable. I just gotta hope that, yep, he should get there right on time as these guys start running out. Perfect. Now, I'm gonna keep trying for this guy. I think what needs to happen is I need to get some guys at the top there. So what we're gonna do is build them on this side here. because he's got all the energy. And we're going to move these guys, let's see. Can't really see, actually, because it's an absolute war zone down there, so let's try moving them at the top. Now, it's going to be hard for those guys to survive, considering that it's just digitalis pretty much everywhere at this point. Hopefully these are the guys I need to kind of... Nope, still can't get that stand going. Just having that tad bit of trouble. Keep trying on these things here because I don't got much of a choice. Let's see, maybe hopefully those guys there can at least keep myself a nice good opening. Move him closer. Let's pray this works. In the meantime, let's see if we can boost our packet speed here. Because the faster that guy gets built... Nope, not again. Things are not working well for me here. Let's see. So what I am going to do, actually, is I got those two guys up there. Forgot about them. Not very good microing on my behalf. I'm going to move them in, because they're going to give me extra power. Got a couple more of those guys going. And built a couple more here. Let's see what happens. And unfortunately, I put myself into a deficit. Let's keep those guys on. Excuse me, let's keep those guys on standby for now. Keep trying to get myself a nullifier set up. This is the tough part. Once I get a nullifier, I'm pretty much good to go. It's just a matter of getting one. That's all I need is one. It looks like this one's trying to hold. Now what I'm going to try to do is actually... Maybe I can try doing a bit of, what's it called? Singularity weapon attack. Which I honestly, hopefully, it might not get rid of the digitalis, but it'll definitely push away a lot of that creeper that keeps flowing down. So let's see here. Keep going, come on, come on. Here we go. We win. Alright, once again, thanks for watching. And with this score, not even top 10. Not my best time, but still, thanks for watching. See you around.